When you think about energy sources, what do you think about? Nuclear, solar, wind, fossil fuels? But these are not all of them. Let us introduce you to a really efficient, non-emission major energy source.
Geothermal energy!
To explain it, let's go to Iceland. In Iceland there are a lot of hot water geysers. The hot water under the earth is under high pressure. In some places this water comes up to the surface, then it can be seen as a geyser. Geothermal energy uses this to produce electricity. The water is heated to high temperatures by magma. Production wells get drilled about 10,000 feet into the ground. Because the water is under high pressure, it rises to the surface on its own. During death, some of the water turns into steam. The water-steam mixture gets sent to the 3 well heat separators, which are different in their level of pressure. They make most of the water evaporate. After this, the steam gets sent to a turbine where it spins its plates, which are connected to a generator that creates an electrical charge. The transformer turns this charge into electricity by increasing the voltage. The not evaporated water gets sent back onto the surface, where it can get used again, or into hot springs which everyone can enjoy. The blue lagoons in Iceland are an example for that. The effluent you can see isn't bad, it's just water and salt.
You can use geothermal energy to heat and cool your house. In the winter, the system draws cool air under the ground where it's naturally 53 Fahrenheit. To make it warmer, it gets compressed. You can also use it to heat up water. In the summer, the system takes the heat and cools it in the ground. The result is a perfect temperature inside the house all year round that doesn't add to global warming. Also, although you might pay more in the beginning, over the years your costs are going to decrease. In total, geothermal energy is going to cost less than most heating systems. Geothermal energy is a really reliable energy source because the fuel is renewable and the magma is always going to be there. The emissions don't include NO, SO2 and PM, which makes it a really healthy power plant. Also, its CO2 emissions are really low because we don't burn anything. Also, the land use is really small and nothing in comparison with solar PV. It would be practical to build geothermal power plants in the US, especially in the West Coast, because there are temperatures above 212 Fahrenheit in the ground. The cost for a power plant can range from $10 to $50 million, and 1 million BTUs costs only $879, which is really inexpensive. In the future, we should invest more in geothermal energy. It's considered to be one of the most important sources of renewable energy because under the ground, there's 50,000 times more thermal energy than all the oil and natural gas resources combined. So, what is the best energy source?
Geothermal energy!